Hi, good afternoon. This is Austin Thompson with Thompson Management Consulting, and I am back. Yes, I am back. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. It's not raining, and I am back to basically discuss with you two important components of any business plan, right? Of any strategic plan for you as a business owner, whether you are a pre-startup or a startup or a business owner in the growth phase of your business. Two things that you really need to understand. But before I get into it, I just want to ask you all to please subscribe to my channel, TMC Consulting, TM Consulting LLC, TM Consulting LLC. And hit the bell and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, the notification bell, so that whenever I go live, you will be notified that I'm going live and you can tune into my video. All right? Also, please like this video, please leave a comment, and please share with your network, because we want everyone to receive the information as much as possible, right? So here we go. We're getting right into it, all right? We're going to be discussing the economic and industry analysis for a business, for any business, right? Now you're starting a business, you're launching a new startup. You're trying to get an understanding of how I am developing this business plan, how I'm moving forward with this business plan, or how am I going to move forward and grow my business? Well, you first need to understand, out of many things that you need to understand, there's one important component that you need to understand, one of two that I'm going to be discussing today, is the economy. How strong is the economy, right? Are people buying? Are people shopping? Is money, disposable income, discretionary income being circulated in the economy? Are people spending money, right? Unemployment right now is at about 3.2%. So people are back out to work, so folks are getting back out to work. Companies are hiring, with increased salaries. They're giving bonuses because they want people to come back to work. They want people to come to work. And of course, a lot of companies are trying to lure prospects from working at home and in a virtual space to coming back into the office at least 2 to 3 times a week. So they're offering bonuses, hiring bonuses, and so on and so forth, incentivizing the advantage to the employee to come back. And when you incentivize and you give them those incentives, they're looking to come back to work. So money's being circulated in the economy. So it's a good time right now to start a business, all right? But you, as a small business owner, you want to be able to understand that the economy is strong. Right now, we see a lot of businesses starting up. We see a lot of businesses growing. One good indicator of the economy, it's outside of GDP or anything like that. You want to be able to look at the unemployment rate. You want to look at the purchasing power. You want to look at consumer activity, right? These are the things you look at. If consumer activity is high and consumers are out there shopping and buying and spending money at shops, especially local businesses, especially in local shops, right? We want to make sure that we understand that, right? There's nothing like starting a business in a down economy, right? Where money is not circulating, right? The economy is contracting, right? And when there's contraction in the economy, right, that means money is not circulating. Businesses are not growing. People are not spending money. And chances are, if you start a business in a down economy, you're going to have a hard start. Your first year is going to be difficult because people might not, consumers are not spending money with you because they're trying to conserve, right? Unemployment rate is going up. Companies are cutting jobs, and individuals are trying to hold on to what little disposable income they have. So they're not spending as actively as they would in an up economy when the economy is doing great, right? When it's not contracting. So we want to understand that, and I tell entrepreneurs all the time, you've got to do your homework. You just don't open up a business, you just don't pour money into a business not knowing what the economic activity is what the economy is doing, how people are spending, how consumers is what is the consumer behavior like, right? If consumer behavior dictates they're going to be spending money, they're going to be pouring money into the economy and making the economy strong, and then giving you the opportunity to see some success as you grow your business. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is the industry analysis, right? An industry is basically a group of companies that are doing the same business. Computer chip industry, hotel industry, restaurant industry. You have the hospitality industry, hair and nail industry, right? The beauty industry, right? The beauty industry is comprised of businesses that are in business to enhance one's appearance, right? Like hair salons, nail salons, so on and so forth, right? Hotel restaurant industry, right? Let's look at the hotel industry, which is the hospitality industry. Part of the hotel industry is part of the hospitality industry because you have hotels and restaurants, bars, motels, and so on and so forth that comprises the hospitality industry. Are the numbers of rooms? What is the availability of the numbers of rooms? Right? Is there a high availability of the numbers of rooms at the end of the month? Are people traveling? Are people staying in hotels? Are people renting hotels? What about the Airbnb industry? Right? People who are entrepreneurs who are in the hotel and restaurant industry, they study these numbers. They study the number of people who are eating out, the number of people who are patronizing bars, patronizing restaurants, the number of people who are staying at hotels and motels and Airbnbs, right? What is that activity like? If there's a high number of people requesting rooms and eating out, then hey, industry activity is great. It's a great time for me to open up a business in this particular industry, right? Because we have to do the industry studies, right, in order to understand if I'm going to be successful in this business or not. For instance, all right, I have a client personally. I'm working with a client right now, right? And she's launching a hair salon. So I'm literally working on her business plan, right? Now the hair salon industry, the beauty and the hair and nails industry right now is about a $45-50 billion industry, right? And that's just part of the beauty industry, right? So we're looking at hair and nails. It's a $45-50 billion industry, and it's growing. Over the next 5 years, this industry is showing to grow at 6 to 7%, okay? Now with a 6 to 7% growth, it's healthy for that particular industry. And what it suggests to me and to my client is that, yes, this is a good time to open up that type of hair salon, right? The other thing is we're looking at the economy and how strong is the economy. Right now, companies, again, are hiring. Unemployment rate is at 3.2%, right, nationally, okay? All the jobs that were lost prior to during the COVID-19 period, 2020-21, all those jobs have been recovered and then some, right? And companies are increasing salaries and offering signing bonuses to get people back out to work in the workplace, getting them back into workspaces and not so much working virtually, right? So we see a healthy circulation of disposable income in the economy, right? So if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking to launch a business, you're looking to start a business, you got this great idea that I want to start a business, you are looking at all of these things in outside of marketing and operations and your HR needs and so on and so forth, how you're going to scale your business, what is needed for you to finance for your business, access to capital, and so on and so forth. You have to understand consumer behavior, consumer spending patterns, the industry analysis. How strong is your industry? Is your industry growing? If your industry is stalled, right? If there's not that much money circulating in your particular industry, maybe it's a sign that you should hold off until you see the industry growing again. Some industries will grow at 5 to 6% per year for the next 5 to 6 years, right? And some industries might not show growth. If your industry is not showing growth, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you as a business will not grow, because you may have that unique product or service that may offer the competitive advantage, right, against your competitors, right? So you want to be able to understand how your industry is growing, if it's growing, and if not, then when will that industry show some type of recovery, right? For instance, let's look at COVID in 2020 and 21. The restaurant, bars, hotels were pretty much decimated. The movie theater industry went from a $75 billion industry from a Friday to zero by the Monday. Because when the mandate came and it issued an immediate shutdown and social distancing and isolation in order to cut down the rates of transmission of the virus, no one was going to the movies, right? No one was going to theaters, right? So what happened? As theaters shut down, the revenues for Netflix and Hulu and all of those streaming services started to grow in astronomical numbers, right? Zoom and Microsoft Teams, started to see an increase in revenue because now everything moved online and virtual. So where you saw a shutdown in anything that offered face-to-face engagement and interaction, where you saw a decline there, you saw a steep incline with anything that offered a virtual platform for folks to gather and engage, right? So you really have to look, you really have to be mindful. Whether it's a bar, restaurant, are businesses growing? Is there a demand for websites? Is there a demand for digital marketing services? Are businesses demanding these services? Are businesses opening and growing at rates that demand these services, right? If you're looking at a cafe or any type of business, you really have to study the economy. You really have to study your industry, because if there is not economic growth and if there's not industry growth, if people are not spending money, if consumer behavior suggests that consumers are holding on to their disposable income, right, because they are living in uncertain times, you have to determine as an entrepreneur if this is the right time for me to open up a business. I remember during the time when it was during Hurricane Katrina, right? Hurricane Katrina, and there was gas prices were shooting through the roof, right? Remember when gas prices hit $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 per gallon, depending upon where you lived, all right? Because all those gas lines were ruptured, and when gas prices increased at those high rates, right? Automobile companies were not selling large vehicles like the Suburbans, the Caravans, the 8-passenger seat Caravans. You saw demand for smaller cars, right? And this really influenced an expedited pace of fuel-efficient cars. So fuel-efficient cars started to grow in numbers, right? Because the market demanded fuel efficiency. So now you start, if you were a manufacturer of fuel efficient vehicles, you saw a higher demand for fuel efficient vehicles. So then now you're looking at that as a fuel efficient automobile manufacturer. You're looking at it and say, hey, I can capitalize on this increased demand in this industry, and I can now not only just see growth, I can capitalize on this and grow my business, right? If you were a manufacturer of a gas guzzling vehicle, your vehicles are sitting on the lot. Nobody's purchasing your vehicles because nobody can afford the high price of gasoline. So if you were a manufacturer of a gas guzzling vehicle, manufacturing activity declined during that period. So again, you have to study the economy, study economic patterns, right? Study economic shifts, right? We have to understand if our industry is strong, if we see growth, and if there is growth over what period of time, right? Growth in respect to time. We have to see if the economy, if the industry is growing over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and it shows growth, and at what rate. Is it at a rate of 4%, 5%, 6%, whatever is healthy for that industry? Then we have to understand that. Okay? So those are the two things I wanted to drop today. Making sure that when you're planning, when you're doing business planning, when you're doing your projections, your pro forma projections, your operations, when you're determining how successful my business will be 5 years from now, if I'm already a business owner and I'm projecting 5 years out, if I am a pre-startup and I'm trying to do my pro forma projections and I'm trying to project what the next 5 years will look like, not even the first year, but the 5 next years would look like, understanding economic activity, economic shifts and patterns, consumer behavior, your industry, how strong is the dollar, and how much money is circulating within the economy and within your specific industry. These are things to really understand. And they will help make you a successful entrepreneur because you're doing the homework, you're doing the due diligence, and you're taking time to understand what is going on, not just in the economy, just understanding economic activity, but you're also understanding what's going on in your industry. All right? This is Austin Thompson, and thank you so much for looking at my video. Hey, please subscribe to my channel. All right? Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, whenever I upload a video, you know that my video is being uploaded. All right? Please share this video. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Please share the video. Please share the video. Share it with your network, share it with your colleagues, and share it with anyone who you think would benefit and find value in this information being shared. All right? Leave a wonderful comment because, yes, I do reply to comments. Okay? I am one content creator who replies to comments. I like to engage. Okay? So leave a comment, hit the like button, let me know that you like this video and you find value in it. All right? This is Austin Thompson again with Thompson Management Consulting. And as you search and pursue success, also work hard to make someone else's life a success. All right? Each one reach one. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.